Hello and welcome to our brand new series where we are going to be applying the laws of the universe, or the universal laws, specifically to your business and how you can have success by applying these laws correctly. Okay, so the very first law we're going to get into is probably one of the most popular, the law of attraction. And so we're going to talk about how you can apply this directly to your business and how to really understand it so it's not so confusing and that you can actually make it work. So the big thing to remember when you are looking at any of the universal laws is that they are always working. So sometimes people learn about something new, they hear about the law of attraction, like, oh, now I'm going to suddenly start using the law of attraction in order to get success, or in order to get the clients that I want, or in order to have the income that I really desire. So whatever it is, or have the relationship. But the thing is, it's always working. It's been working your entire life from the moment you arrived here until this point. You just may not have been aware, and you may not have been using it consciously. Okay, so we are going to increase our awareness and our understanding of the law so that we can try to control how we are attracting things, what we are attracting into our life, and what we are attracting into our business, right? So the other big thing to understand, and we've talked about this before on this channel, but knowing that the law of attraction gets a lot of attention, and it's a powerful law, but it is actually secondary. The law of vibration is the primary law. And it's really important to understand this because it is that which is like unto itself is attracted to itself. It pulls towards it, right? So when you are in a vibrational match to that which you desire, that is when those things are going to start attracting to you. That is when those things are going to start coming to you with a lot more ease. And this is where we get into aligned prosperity, where we don't have to work so hard. We don't have to push and grind. And actually, the vibration or the sensation of pushing and grinding is pushing away that which you desire. So you need to get into a place where you are coming from alignment, where you are a vibrational match. Now that sounds easy, and it sounds like it would be so simple to do, right? Like, okay, well, I just changed my vibration. Well, how in the hell do I do that? So this is where it gets really confusing, because it sounds like a simple idea, and it really is when you start to understand it. When you think about the fact of, like, there's wavelengths, right? If you remember that we are vibrational beings, that's what we actually are. We are spirits inside of this body, and even this body, it is vibrating at a certain frequency. Okay, so if you go back into your memory, if you took physics or chemistry, and you know that those atoms are constantly in motion, right? The speed is going to change. The type of frequency that they're putting off is going to change, but they are always moving. So even when we look at a solid object and we believe that it is still, it is not still. Those molecules are still vibrating, right? I love the example. If you haven't seen it before, I invite you to look it up. But there's the bridge where the wind met the vibrational frequency of the bridge, and it caused it to start to wave and then collapse. Luckily, it wasn't a very big bridge. Nobody was really on it, so no one was hurt. But this, provided engineers with a lot of information going forward to avoid that such thing happening again. So just understanding that we are all vibrating. Every single thing in this universe that you can see is vibrating at some frequency or another. Now there is what appears like limitless frequencies. So it's like, well, how do I get in line with the frequency that is a match for what I want when there's a limitless possibility? And there's not. There is a limit, but it's such a huge amount that to our, human brains, we'll just say it's limitless because there are so many different frequencies and options out there and different things that everything is vibrating on. So how do we change our frequency to match the frequency of what we really desire, right? So if you think about things like money, for example, money is energy. Money is its own frequency. So if you are desiring an increased income, if you're desiring more money from your business, if you are desiring to have more clients, then you need to match that frequency. Now that all sounds really good, and you can picture it, right? Like if you can picture money's on this frequency up here and it's vibrating at this speed, and I'm down here and I'm vibrating at this speed, all I have to do is go up here and match it, right? So that sounds really simple. And I think one of the easiest ways to make it, come to reality for you a lot more quickly and to really solidify it is I want you to understand that there is this constant force that's coming into you. Okay, there's this constant flow of well-being, of abundance, of prosperity. This is the flow of the universe. This is what is coming to you at all times. Now, you may look around at your current circumstances and being like, I don't see any evidence of this flow whatsoever. So the thing is that we put up barriers. We block this flow from coming to us. It's there. It wants to come to you, and we have restricted it. So when we're talking about frequency and vibration, the key is to remove any restriction that you have that is stopping this flow from coming to you. So if you're looking at your business right now and you're like, man, I just feel like I've been stuck at this certain income for the last several years. I just can't seem to break through $5,000 a month. I just keep hitting it over and over. It seems like no matter what I do, I push harder, I work more, I do other things, I add more ads, I do whatever it is that people are telling me to do. And every month, month after month, it's $5,000, $5,000, $5,000. Like, why can't I seem to break through this? Where is this abundance that's supposed to be flowing to me? Where is this infinite source that's supposed to be there? Why am I not able to see that in my physical reality? So somewhere along the way, you are blocking, you're putting up resistance. So I want you to understand there is not a flow of evil or ill will or negative things. There isn't a flow of that. The only thing that happens is we resist the flow of well-being. Okay, so I hope that helps to just eliminate some of the confusion of like, how am I causing these bad things to happen? How am I causing my business to not succeed at the level that I want it to succeed? I set out on this journey. I had these goals in mind. I really know what I want, but yet I'm just not seeming to be able to make those goals. I just can't get past this invisible barrier that I've created. And it's because we are resisting the flow of abundance that is trying to come to us. It is here. It is ready for you. All we have to do is remove the resistance and allow it to come. So this goes back to what we've talked about before. Stop pushing, striving, forcing, trying to make everything happen. If I just do more action, if I just rest less and work harder and do more, then it's going to happen. You actually have to be into a state of allowing it to come to you. And one of the easiest ways I have found this is to allow our emotional guidance system. So our emotions that we have, we've talked before about how being sensitive is actually really powerful and it's really important. So the more you are sensitive and in tune with your emotions, the better you will be able to tell where you are on a scale of emotions and whether you are currently resisting the good that you desire or whether you are allowing it to come to you. And so the key is, I want you to think about, we're going to add this scale. It's from the book Ask and It Is Given, and it's a beautiful, just gives you an idea. So with like 22 varying degrees of emotions, okay? Ranging from fear, grief, depression, like helplessness, to at the highest vibration, which is joy and knowledge and appreciation, gratitude, freedom, love, empowerment. Like all of these are at the top. Now you may be somewhere in that scale. Like when you think about your business goals, what are the thoughts that you're having? Are you having disappointment? Are you having fear that it's never going to happen? Are you having doubt in your ability to actually do it? These are all barriers that you're putting up, and you're not allowing the success to come to you. Okay, so we're going to take specifically thinking about the goals you have for your business. And you can apply this to any area of your life. But again, we're focused on our business success here. So when you think about the goals that you have, you think about wanting to reach past that $5,000 a month or whatever it is for you. You think about the number of clients that you want to be able to serve. And when you're setting out your goals and you're really getting emotionally involved, what are your emotions saying to you? Is there a voice deep down inside saying, who do you think you are? You don't deserve that kind of wealth, or you don't deserve that kind of success, or you're not good enough, or there's just this doubt that is creeping up in there that's telling you that maybe you will never be able to achieve that. So what are the thoughts that you're having that are coming underneath when you're trying to set your goals for your business? And as you have those thoughts, you're going to look at the scale that we're going to add in the comments below in the description, and just see, your goal is not to jump. Like if you're way down here and you're feeling helpless, like nothing you do is ever going to work, you can't jump from that to joy and ecstasy right away, right? So that is not the goal. Every increment better that you can move up the scale is putting you in closer and closer vibrational alignment with that which you actually desire. Okay, now I want you to also keep in mind as you're going through this exercise. So your goal again is, if you're way down here, you're going to look at the scale that we shared and you're just going to try to move up the scale a little bit. So what thought can you bring into your mind instead of those other negative thoughts that will help you move up a little on the scale? Now, if you can hold this thought for at least 17 seconds, then the law of attraction is going to start, and it's going to bring more thoughts like it to you. And so then we can start to try to move up the scale a little bit more. And let's make it gradual. Like, work with yourself. Don't push it. Don't be like, I'm supposed to be joyous. And you end up just frustrated and angry with yourself that you're not happy. And you don't have the gratitude and the appreciation that you should have because you're just not getting the results that you want. So do not be down on yourself if you just cannot get yourself to that highest level of vibrational frequency right now, because you might be way down here, and that is okay. Every step you can get closer to that is releasing more and more resistance. You're allowing more and more. You're opening yourself up more and more to the good that you desire and the success that you want for your business. Now, I need you to remember too, this is very important, every thought has two parts to it. So again, when we look at our goal, we can think about what we desire and stay focused on that and in the feeling of what we actually want. And we can also be thinking about the lack of what we desire. So when we look at our bank account and we look at what we currently have and it's not what we really want and desire, that can really pull us down. Okay, we can get so focused on the lack of that which we desire that we just start drawing in this way. And again, those thoughts are going to bring more thoughts like that to them, right? Whatever you focus on, you're going to attract more of that. So if you look at your bank account and you only see a lack of what you want, you don't see the numbers that you want, and you stay so focused on that, or if you look at your clientele list and you're like, this is just not the amount of people that I was hoping to serve, and you're so focused on where it is now and the lack of what you actually want, you're going to bring more and more and more of that to you. So it's really important that you start to look at what is current, what is reality, but don't look at it as a way of lack. Look at it as like, this is a stepping stone to what I want. I am here now, but I know that's where I'm going. I have no doubt in my mind that that is where I'm going. I might be only getting $5,000 a month right now, and that's not what I want. But I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on where I am going. I'm going to focus on what I actually want. I'm going to focus on that $25,000 a month, $50,000 a month, whatever it is that is your desire to live the type of life that you actually want. So focus only on where you're going. Look at it, but don't get emotionally involved in it. Do not look at it thinking this is all that there is. This is all I will be. This is all that I can be. Because that's the type of thoughts you're attracting more and more to. That's going to keep you down in those lower vibrations. So as you look at your bank account, you might have some feelings come up at first. So assess that. Don't look at yourself with shame because you have feelings that we are very conditioned to have certain feelings when we look at our bank account and it doesn't have the numbers that we want, right? We are so conditioned to see the lack, to only be able to look at what we can physically see at this moment. And we have to retrain ourselves to stay focused on where we're going and what we actually want. So it's going to take time. You can't expect it like that, right? You have to be gentle with yourself as you work through this process. So that is the best way to know, what am I in vibrational alignment with right now? When I think about my goal, how am I feeling? Honestly, how am I feeling? Because one of the key things is to get emotionally involved with your goal. But what kind of emotions are you getting involved with right now? And be honest with yourself. Because if you are trying to say, oh, I feel so joyful and grateful when I think about my goal, but deep down you're really just feeling doubt and fear that it will never actually happen, then that is what you're going to attract. So you've got to take the time to be with yourself so that you can recognize your feelings, so you know where you're at and you know how to help yourself move up the scale. Okay, that's very, very important. So I want you to think about this too as you're focusing on your business. So the first thing is, this was a mindset shift that I really had to make, but knowing that my goal is just a part of the journey, it's not a destiny, right? So this business, this entrepreneurial journey, it is a journey. It is a long time journey. There is no destination. There is no oh, I've arrived and I never, and it's never going to mold or evolve or do anything else again. It's a constantly changing journey, and we need to be able to move with the ebbs and flows of business ownership, right? That is part of being an entrepreneur. So as you're reaching towards these goals, just know that it's just another stepping stone. And when you come to that goal and you surpass that goal, then you're going to have another goal. And then the business is going to mold into this, and it's going to mold to that. And then these opportunities might come and this might change. And so just being open to the fact that you're not trying to reach a destination. You're just trying to reach that next stone, that next step. And you see where it's going to lead you now. And just being, excited and ready for the journey and where it's going to head, because who knows what's going to happen. I mean, I never thought that I would be here doing this, and I am thrilled and excited and can't imagine going back to anything else. So you never know what part is going to lead you to the next thing. So being open-minded and just allowing the journey to unfold. Again, that allowing yourself to receive. Allowing is really a key word here. The flow of abundance is coming to you, but are you stopping it? Are you restricting it from coming? It's trying to get to you. Don't cut it off, okay? So I also want you to think about a few really key things, and that is, look at what your interest is. So whatever your business is, whatever you open, whatever you started, make sure that you are learning as much as you can about it. Be interested in it, because where your interest lies, that's where your attention, your focus, your attraction goes, right? So if you start to focus on that which you don't actually want, and you start looking up stories of failed businesses or bankruptcies or whatever else, and that's where you're going to start to go. That's where your mind is going to start to go. I'm sure none of you are looking any of that up, but just in case, let's stay focused on the things that are going to get you where you want, and not thinking about the stuff that is going to pull you down, right? And then I want you to think about where your attention is. And the biggest thing too is expectation, okay? When you set a goal, you need to expect that it is already done. You need to expect that it is on its way to you. Because what you expect is exactly what you're going to get every single time, right? Think about a very simple example, but we go into, it's the start of fall, and what happens in the fall, cold and flu season, so many people go into this time of year with the expectation that they will get sick, and guess what happens? They get sick, either a cold or the flu or the COVID or whatever it is, they get something, because they're expecting it. So go into this season with a whole different attitude. I am going to be unbelievably healthy this year. I'm not going to catch anything. I do not expect to have any illnesses at all. And you go into your goal and you say, I write this down and I fully expect that it is going to happen. Because to desire is to expect, and to expect is to achieve. You have to expect that which you desire is already on its way to you. You may not know exactly how or when, but do not put up the resistance, because it's trying to get to you. So allow it to come in. This is how we are going to activate the law of attraction for our business. It is a powerful law that is working at all times. So make sure that you are consciously aware of what you're attracting and how you can alter it so that you actually get what you want. So between now and next time, have fun playing with this, pay attention to your emotions, and as always, expect abundance. And be sure to like and subscribe so that you don't miss as we talk about more of these amazing, powerful universal laws and how to apply them to your business so you can have the peaceful success and prosperity that you have always desired. So, till next time.